It's on now. All right. Welcome everyone to our third Oral Interp showcase. Our students are really proud to present their hard work to you guys, so thank you for coming. I have programs if you didn't get one. We're going a little out of order because we had some students who were sick, so I made some changes, but we're going to start with the freshman Readers Theater. The students will introduce themselves and their event, and we will go from there. So we're hoping to be done around 9 o'clock tonight. Thank you.
And I'm part of the freshman university.
I'm fortunate. I'm Ella Hamilton.
Good morning, children, and welcome to our storytelling time. The greatest fairy tales and nursery rhymes of all times. Just the perfect little rhymes to lull you off into Betty Five land. That is so sweet. Growing up, I'm sure you've heard of the famous nursery rhymes such as Humpty Dumpty, Three Blind Mice, and Jack and Jill. These nursery rhymes were meant to teach children memorization, language development, and to lull them off to sleep. However, some of these rhymes are a bit dull.
While two friends are participating in storytelling time, they're going to have disagreements on how the rhymes are supposed to go. This dispute leads to a chaotic result in Let Go My Tail by Ken Bradbury.
Thank you. Okay, our first nursery rhyme.
Three blind mice, see how they run, see how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife who cut off their tails with a carving knife. Did you ever see such a sight in your life as three blind mice?
Hold it. Wait just a darn minute. That's horrible. That's disgusting. And that's the way the poem goes. Just look at the faces of those poor children. Do you want them to go to bed at night dreaming about knives and mice with bloody tails? That's the way the poem goes. Then you'll have to change it.
Change it? It's a famous nursery rhyme.
It's a terrible nursery rhyme. Rodents and weapons and all that tail chopping. Here, I have a much nicer idea. Try this. Ready, guys?
Three nice mice, see how they dance, see how they dance. They asked the farmer's wife to prom. She went to the dance with the best dress on. Now she knows she can depend upon three nice mice.
I cannot tell you how dorky that sounded, but it was nice. Nice. That's ridiculous. Oh well, it's time for another. Hit it, team.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after.
Great. That's terrible. Awful. What? A nursery rhyme for children about a little boy who climbs up a hill with a girl, unchaperoned, I might add. Then he falls down and breaks his head open. That's the way it goes. Well, we can't have that sort of violence. Just look at those impressionable young faces. Some of these faces are looking pretty wrinkled. Stop that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's do the proper version.
Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jill's mother went with them. They ate some cookies, drank some milk with absolutely no kissing.
Oh, good grief. That's ridiculous. I know, but it was nice. Nice mice again. Oh, never mind. Look, there must be some nursery rhyme you won't object to. Lots of them. Okay, here we go. Ready, everybody?
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
Stop. Now what? This Dumpty person, he was sitting on top of a wall. Yes. And then he fell down, broke into little pieces. That's what it says. But wasn't that messy? I don't know, I guess. You're gonna send these tiny children to bed at night with visions of people falling off the walls and breaking into pieces? Well, how can a horse help glue someone back together again? There's a much nicer version. Here we go. Nice. Again.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a
chair. Chairs are nice. You really should sit on walls.
Humpty Dumpty sat on a chair. He was brushing his teeth and combing his hair. All the king's horses and all the king's men sat down for pizza and all became friends.
That is the silliest thing I've ever heard of.
I think it was sweet. Little men and little horsies sitting around eating pepperoni pizza with Humpty Dumpty, and nobody got hurt. Now go ahead. Let's do another one.
You ready? Go.
Little Jack Horner sat in a corner eating his Christmas pie. He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy I am."
Stop, stop, stop.
What?
Why is this little boy sitting in a corner?
I have no idea.
He obviously has social problems. He obviously doesn't play well with other children. Then to show his disrespect, he sticks his thumb right into the middle of his dessert.
I can't believe this.
I can't even try another one.
Okay, here we go.
Old King Cool was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul he was.
Is that okay?
I like it.
He called for his pipe, he called for his bowl, he called for his fiddlers 3.
Hold it just a minute.
Now what?
Smoking? We're in a school building. You can't do that. Here, I have just a few changes. Hit it, gang!
Old King Cool was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul he was. He ate granola at his health club bar, and he practiced his Tai Chi.
I think I may get ill.
That was beautiful. Got any more? What? Oh, come on. I'm sure you get the idea now. Try one more. What's the use?
Here we go.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, and whipped them all soundly and put them to bed.
Why do I have a feeling you don't know that one?
Broth? No bread. And then she spanks them because it's their fault.
They were smoking their pipes.
Here, try this instead.
There was an old woman who lived in a condo. She had 2 children named Mabel and Rondo. She loved them so much it was easy to see why she fed them all chicken from KFC.
That's ridiculous.
Where are you getting these disgusting rhymes from?
They're just nursery rhymes.
They're awful. They're embarrassing. Just look at those poor sweet faces who are about to cry.
That face makes me want to cry.
Stop that.
You know, I have about how to call this nice. Kids want excitement and danger.
Bite your tongue.
So it's okay to change the words of famous nursery rhymes?
Of course. What do you think I've been doing?
Okay, then how about some of these? Hit it.
Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped up with the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sight and died the following June.
What are you doing?
Go.
This little piggy went to the market, but this little piggy was leaner, and this little piggy went wee wee wee, and they turned him into a wiener.
I'm shocked.
Good. Here's another one.
All around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey's feet were really huge, so pop went the weasel.
I'm not listening to this.
Good. Then we'll speak louder.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack jumped over the candlestick, but he couldn't jump much higher, so they set his pants on fire.
One more.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider that sat down beside her, so she blew the sucker away. Bang.
That's it! I just had it! People are just disgusting!
Oh, lighten up.
I mean it! I just had it! I quit! All I wanted to do was perform a few nice nursery rhymes that our audience could say to put themselves to sleep at night. And you just had to ruin everything!
Hey, calm down.
I quit! I quit!
Help me, guys.
Rockabye baby in the treetop.
We're getting sleepy.
When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Ooh, that's nice.
When the bell breaks, the cradle will fall.
Oh no! Someone touched the baby! Someone touched the baby!
But then a gigantic stork swishes in, scoops up the baby in its beak, flies around town 3 times in the cool night air, and gently places the baby on a nice soft
Cradle and all.
Hi, I'm Erica Jomar, and I'll be doing the series. Hi, you must be Tom. Is it Tom? Tom. Hi, Tom. I'm Amanda. And this is Clay. Say hi to Tom, Clay. Can you say hi? Not today. He's a little shy. We turned 12 last month, didn't we? And, oh my God, you brought me flowers. Pink roses, my favorite. That's so sweet. That is really sweet, Tom. Well, let's have dinner. I'm hungry. Oh, you don't have to worry about getting a table. I'll just put him beside me. This is fine. Totally fine. He genuinely doesn't like high-end restaurant cuisine. I'll just get him something on the way home. Oh, we got a little bit of a mess. No, don't worry about it. I can do it. Trust me, if you knew how many times I've had to clean up this kid's drool, you'd run out of the restaurant faster than I could say cerebral palsy. I'm used to it. There we go. We're fine. We're fine. Now, Tom, tell me about yourself. Life can be challenging, unpredictable, and filled with ups and downs. As Amanda, a rising attorney, tries to find love on a blind date, she is faced with the difficulties of her responsibilities to her work and her disabled son Clay. Throughout the day, Amanda is faced with the challenges of juggling her work life, caring for her son Clay, and even trying to find the answers for herself and her life throughout the day. The Only Way I Know How by Sean Copeland. You're a writer. I see. That's certainly an interesting job. Oh, me? I'm a lawyer, so don't get into an argument with me. I'm only kidding. I'm a tax attorney, so it's not really that interesting. Clay actually helped me study for the bar exam. He didn't realize it, of course. He was only 13 months old, and my ex-husband Marcus had recently left. So it's just Clay, the bar, and me. Some others sing their babies to sleep, but I went over my essay answers. It's a weird world. But you know, I knew I was on the right track. If he fell asleep before I was finished with my first essay, just boring enough to pass. Isn't that right, Clay? I'm sorry for not getting a babysitter. It's just, I wasn't sure if you'd show up or not. Sorry, that came out wrong. I didn't want to pay the money just to get stood up. Not that you'd seen me out, it's just my luck with men hasn't exactly been stellar, and I'm rambling, I've probably offended you. I'm sorry, let's start over again. Hi, my name's Amanda, and I haven't been on a blind date for quite some time. Who am I kidding? I haven't been on any date for quite some time. I'm divorced. I'm sure you can probably tell given that I have a kid and I'm on a date with you. I'm sorry, I'm probably scaring you away. Anyways, thank you for taking me to this amazing restaurant. Italian's my favorite, but you probably already knew that from my profile. Just so we're clear, I've never done online dating before. Not that we're online right now. Not that we're dating. Okay, you get my point. I haven't been out with a man besides Clay for a very long time, and I get talking. So, how about you, Tom? What are your life goals? I bet you're the type of man who's really into his career. You've probably written hundreds and hundreds of books, I'm sure. What's your favorite thing to write on? Kids? Oh, disabled kids. You know, that's a funny topic, so is this like a setup or something? Am I research? Okay, well, I had to ask. I just get crazy when people have ulterior motives. Do you have a disabled kid, Tom? Oh, you do. Well then, I'm sure you understand the trauma of having to live with a child that has special needs. I used to argue with my doctor. I said, you shouldn't call it special needs, you should call it constant needs. And that's why I hired a full-time nanny. I mean, there is no way I could continue my law practice with Clay. It would have just been impossible. And we love our Gina, don't we? You know, I used to pray every night for a baby. I said, dear God, if you just give me a baby, I promise to be the best mother and person if you just give me a baby. And then after months and months and months of trying, I was pregnant. I gained 70 pounds when I was pregnant with Clay. Ugh, the most horrific experience of my life. I remember, this after being huge and hurting all over my body, I remember sitting on the couch crying, and I told Marcus, my ex-husband, I said, Marcus, I lied to God. I don't want this baby anymore. Look what this monster has already done to my body. Look what's done to our marriage. I hate this baby, and I haven't even met the damn thing yet. But no, you're right. Children are a blessing. You have every right to want one of your own. I just hope you don't have to go through the same difficulties I had to with Clay. I mean, it's cost me more than a few sleepless nights, a marriage, a few boyfriends. Oh, it's fine. He doesn't know we're talking about him. You know, I bet you could handle any situation though. You seem like that type of man. A real man's man. It can handle anything, anywhere. You can handle it all. Spit up, doctor's appointments, late night seizures. Not like Marcus. Marcus couldn't handle an unpaid water bill, much less a child with cerebral palsy. Ever since the doctor said that our child would have special needs, Marcus started to stay later at work. He wouldn't talk much when he did come home. But it's fine. You know, that's the way my life was supposed to be. It's fine. It's just fine. I don't regret it at all. It's fine. I'm sorry. I'm just talking your ear out, aren't I? You know, I've always said, thank God my child is mute, because I simply have too much to say. Now let's see here. What are we going to eat? Have you been here before? Now, Clay, Mommy gets sad when you act that way. Do you want Mommy to be sad? He's just having one of his seizures. He gets that when he gets excited. But you probably already knew that. Are you going to write about this in your book? Clay, just calm down. Calm down, Clay. Can somebody get me a glass of water? Now? Shh, calm down, Clay. Calm down. You really don't need to help me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, here's some water. There we go. That's a good one. Yep, I know. That's good. We're better. He's fine. He's fine. We're fine. Sometimes he gets excited. He saw that food and got excited. Didn't you, Clay? Okay. Sorry about that. It's just part of the game. But I'm sure you already knew that. Now, where were we? I think I'll have the eggplant on top of linguine noodles and a glass of wine. What are you going to have, Tom? What are you going to have, Tom? Oh, sure, of course you do. You know, we all have busy lives, and if you have to go, then I perfectly understand. No. Oh, please. Don't worry about the bill. You know, I should probably get Clay home anyhow. I was just going to have a glass of wine to ease my nerves. But yeah, well, thank you so much for coming. It was lovely to meet you. No, it's fine. Trust me. It's fine, Tom. Yep, say goodbye, Mr. Tom. Okay, bye-bye. Take care. It looks like you've been a man, haven't you? That's fine. That is just fine. You've ruined yet another evening, made another man run away. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you, Clay? You know, put your arms in your chair. We're leaving. Why do I pay thousands of dollars a year for medication that doesn't work? You have those seizures with a perfectly good day. You're never going to get that this way, do you? But you don't want to die, do you? No, you want your father. I can see straight through you. You may not talk, but you're pretty obvious. Well, your father and I aren't getting back together if that's what you're trying to do. And why would you want to come back? Life isn't exactly fun and exciting when you're changing your 12-year-old son's diapers. Do you hear me there? He left because of you. Oh, what a joyous and blessed life to watch you drool and seizure all over the place. If they won't lock me up, I leave too. What do you want from me? I do the best job I know how to do. I didn't want you to give it because I knew I'd be a terrible mother. I am a terrible mother. My whole life I've been saying I'm fine. I'm fine. He's fine. We're fine. And you know what, Clay? I'm not fine. Mommy's not fine. And you're not fine. And your dad didn't leave because of you. He left because of me. Just like Tom. Just like my father, just like every other man in my life. Now you want to leave me too, don't you, Clay? You want to leave me? I'm sorry I let you see me this way. I didn't mean to hurt you. Are you cold? I've left you out in this parking lot. I've been staying here because I'm sorry for myself. Here, you want your blanket? There we go. Okay, Clay. Mommy's better now. I promise. Mommy just had a lot on her chest. Mommy's better now. Do you want to go home? Okay, yeah, let's go home and I'll make better. Yeah, let's go home.
I'm Macy Boyd, and I'm Kaylee Wallinga, and we have to what? If you didn't get that. Konnichiwa, and welcome to WWF.
But not the one you're thinking of. This WWF stands for Worldwide Fit, the network show that takes you around the globe in just under 10 minutes.
Combing the globe for interesting sports events from every corner of the globe. club.
Everyone loves a great athletic competition. When two overzealous sportscasters take a look at strange athletic competitions around the world, chaos ensues.
Come along for these outlandish spectacles and worldwide fans by John C. Higgins.
Let's get right to our first event, that old-time favorite for nations around the world, staring contest. First, let's cut to a clip in Botswana.
Now, let's go to a second staring contest in Kathmandu.
Scotland.
Canada.
And finally, Iceland.
My eyes are frozen open.
And now for a brief commercial break.
Is this cotton? Because this underwear fits like a charm.
And now we take you to rural Mississippi, where Franklin President Beartrack Pine-Sol holds a record for not being able to talk about the same subject for more than 5 seconds at a time.
Well, the thing about maple syrup is you need it to be sticky, or because a spark plug is not a transmission. I don't care what them Yankees say, you can leave a spark plug and it'll blow up in your chocolate donut. I like it all crusty on the outside with a creamy filling inside. Once in a while, I'll get one of them cookies, but not too often because I'm an American. Sure do like that TV show, Will and Grace.
Just amazing. Let's get our correspondent, Vince Ginsosa, to interview Mr. Beartrack. I would like to remind our viewers, however, that Mr. Franklin can only speak using vowels. A-I-E-O-O-E-E-I-I-E-O-O-E-I-O.
Oh, it feels great. Did I mention I got the world's largest collection of say monkeys?
A-O-O-O-U.
Now, on to some real exciting stuff. You've all heard of arm wrestling, thumb wrestling. Well, let's get real down and dirty and explore this new, thrilling world of big toe wrestling. And this sport, funnily enough, is dominated by women.
Hello, this is Bridget. Am I on?
Hello, yes, Bridget, you're on. Bridget Jamie Bunyan is here with us now, and she's the leading French big toe wrestler on the sports scene right now. How's your toe doing, Bridget?
Well, it is really big.
And toe length?
I guess. Very much so.
What is your strategy for the big fight?
I will show you. First, I like to suck up my opponent by threatening my cuticle.
It looks quite supple.
Oh, mercy. Then by pulsing the rest of my toes, I let my whole foot say, how do you say? Penguin?
Moray eel?
Yes, that is what I meant. Thereby rendering my opponent's toes terrified.
Marvelous. Now, let's hear from Bridget's main competition, Angus Barenakers from Scotland. Hello. Well, I'm not too worried about Bridget, since I got my secret weapon.
We'll have to fight hard.
That's right, Frenchie. It's an amazing battle of wits and nails, as Bridget and Angus take to with all the vigor of Brazilian samba dance. Look at the blur of toes, as these two competitors come nail to nail in their stinky, stinky feet.
And you'd think this punishment would end, but Bridget just pounds Angus's pinky toe with an unrelenting force. These little piggies went to the mall, and these little piggies ate my big toe.
And now, a word from our sponsors, Odor Eaters. Do you ever find yourself with an embarrassingly disgusting foot odor after a long day at the gym or big toe wrestling with a huge Scotsman? Get some Odor Eaters and don't let the odor eat away at you.
And now, let's hear from some fans.
Yeah! Go Dolphins! Kick some butt, Rangers! Woo! Good, go,
I
man!
shoot myself in the butt just to become worthy of
You
the
really
uniforms!
And we're out.
Thanks, fans.
And now, we're off to California for the dumbest excuse of why my homework didn't get finished competition. Like, teacher, my dog totally did my homework, and I just ate it.
Like, teacher, I did my homework, and then I got caught up in Baywatch, and actually that's it.
So this huge like thing was on top of me like all night. And I couldn't see for like 8 or 9 hours, and I was just like unconscious. Oh yeah, that was just me sleeping in my bed, and my Afghan fell on my skull.
Teach, in all honesty, I don't have my homework because I'm a slow.
And back to me.
No, me.
I called it.
Shut up!
Hey, should I be doing a play-by-play?
Good call. Let's do it in slow motion.
Winding up. Sportscaster 1 tries to punch Sportscaster 2 on his enormous nose.
But Sportscaster 2 is too fast for head Sportscaster winning number 1 and goes around and kicks him in the keister.
Sportscaster 1 falls to the floor in an embarrassing display of bad athleticism.
And Sportscaster 2 laughs in slow motion. Ha. Ha. Ha.
Sportscaster 1 scoops up imaginary handfuls of sand and throws it in Sportscaster 2's face. Oh yeah! And now Sportscaster 1 is a martial arts expert who makes lots of high, squeaky sounds.
And Sportscaster 2 wants to move on. And now we take you to Australia for where the Elvis impersonators competition is already underway.
G'day, and welcome to Heartbreak Hotel. Well, since my baby left me with my fuzzy kangaroo, I threw a boomerang at her and it landed me in the zoo.
Love me koala, love me dingo, and never let me go.
And now, another contestant from Montreal, Canada.
Good day, We're going to the party in Montreal. The prison band's there and already has begun to win. I don't really care about winning. I just want to play hockey.
He just wants to play hockey.
He just wants to play hockey.
What's sportsmanship?
What's athleticism?
What's sports-alicious attitude?
What's athletic-ology?
And back to me. NASA is in a race, yet again, on its own, to launch another probe or spaceship of some kind that will do something that only 1 or 2 people on planet Earth know about. We've got an exclusive interview with a janitor over at NASA who might have something to tell us about this latest spaceship project. Earl?
Yeah?
Can you tell us about the latest NASA mission?
Yeah, sure. Well, as far as I can tell you, NASA used $2 trillion of taxpayer money to launch this probe thing that's going to go look for water on Mars.
Water on Mars?
Yeah, stupid if you ask me. We got water right over there in the cooler.
But wouldn't water on Mars be advantageous if we eventually live there?
Who cares? $2 trillion? How about worry about feeding y'all starving children before y'all go worry about mixing lemonade on Mars? Anyway, well, you know what happened the last time this space jockey sent the dumb probe thing up into the space?
Unknown celestial object crashed it?
Wrong. One guy programmed it wrong. One guy. That guy right down there. I would have been better sitting up here running the joystick if I was playing Space Invaders or something. Anyway, and this sports show?
Yeah, what's your point?
No point.
I see. Well, thanks, Earl. And back to me. Signing off for WWF. Good night. I hear your laugh. I laugh because of your laugh. You were so
I am still Macy Boyd, and I'm doing poetry. Question the fairy tale. What if Cinderella had an attitude problem, and Snow White just liked the idea of strangers and poison too much? What if the Little Mermaid always enjoyed human company more than her own kind, and Sleeping Beauty just liked her solitude more than the human touch? What if the only rabbit hole Alice ever fell down was a terrible mistake with an awful substance, never discussed as such?
What if they locked Wendy away for hallucinating about Neverland and the boy who never grew up? What if fairy tales aren't as innocent as they sound, and even princesses aren't perfect? What if I told you that your damage does not define you, and the way that you survive is no one else's business?
Cinderella, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty. Traditional fairy tales are rife with cliches and gender stereotypes. The heroines are beautiful, kind, helpful, and compassionate. Naive, submissive, and weak. It is time to move into the 21st century, where women are so much more. Women are powerful, women are fierce. Fierce fairy tales by Nikita Go. The moral of your story. This is how they lie to us. Love. Love so selflessly that you change the world. The truth is brutal. If you care this way, the world will gut you. And harsher still, all of this love you hold is too selfless. Yes, Wendy. Too selfless exists, no matter how much they deny it. And you see, you've been taught to give much without wanting anything back. And what no one tells you is this constant sacrifice is designed to keep you quiet. It is designed to keep you weak, and one day, it will devastate you. And what could you destroy to anyone, to anything, especially your own truth? Pandora's mind. Seeking the secret potion of happiness inside the rooms of my mind may as well be walking through the chambers of Pandora's box. In there, religion not unknowingly, confess all of your sins, all of them. Lay your heart before God and you will feel lighter. I tried, but I also kept sinning, so the light never came. As common sense pressed her fingertips together, keep a journal and put all of your feelings inside of it. And I made an effort. I really did. But even 100 journals later, I'm still not empty. As social expectations interjected, what you need is a husband with strong hands who can take out all the sadness shelves lined up inside your mind. But what it doesn't know is that these shelves just build themselves back up again. As my depression politely informed, no one is really going to love you. You were too difficult to love anyway. And I tried to make myself more lovable. But in the process, I just lost myself. As my anxiety screamed in annoyance, worry about other things like the moon moving farther from the earth every year, or your mother's heart, or... And all I know now is how to worry about dead stars and money at the same time. A social condition tried to educate me. Perhaps things like, there needs to be a writer, and you could be something sensible, is the problem. Yet a little voice inside me called hope softly said, millions of good people die unhappy every week. And not a single one of them is coming back to give the world a chance to change and deserve them. And it reminded me, perhaps stand for what you believe in, even if you are the only one in the whole room. And it was me. Perhaps the secret to your own happiness lies inside owning who you are, even broken. So I mixed together the words of hope inside an inkwell, filled a pen, and finally wrote. An older and wiser Little Mermaid speaks. There are so many ways to lose a voice, and a comfortable laugh until make a scene. What will people say about you? What will people say about us? And I ask you now, do women pray to softer spoken gods than men do? Do men pray louder and more unapologetically than women ever have? We are taught not to speak, and if we do, be pliant, be passive, be soft, and be sorry. We were bought better as water anyway. Water is simply supposed to adapt. And I ask you now, as the granddaughter of Poseidon who gave up her fins and her voice for love, do not trade your magic for anyone. Do not make sacrifice the ritual of your womanhood. I teach my half-sea girls that their voices are the most powerful things they can use to let the word no become the charm they need to take up space off. For now, mermaids are becoming sirens, for sirens are monsters who never feel compelled. Monsters, unlike girls and mermaids, know how to protect themselves well. Once upon a time, too. It is up to you to rise again from the fragmented shards your foes have left of you. You must lift a sword with reborn strength and take on the demons inside your ribcage. You must devastate the chains every violent person has brutally placed upon you. You must show them how they were simply the characters in your story. But you are the author of this spellbinding tale built on hope and bravery. Out there may be monsters, my dear, but in you still lives a dragon you should always believe in.
My name is Kate Swear, and I have a storytelling piece.
One day, a little girl has a wonderful idea. With the help of her canine assistant, she is going to make the most magnificent thing. But the thing just keeps turning out wrong. If only the thing would just work. This tale will give kids and their grown-ups the most magnificent thing. Perspective and perseverance. The Most Magnificent Thing by Ashley Spires. This is a little girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, they relax. She makes things, Yum makes things. One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Second, they gather their supplies. Third, they set up somewhere way out of the way and get to work. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures, while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. When she's finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. She smooths and wrenches, fiddles, while her assistant circles and tugs and wags. When she is finished, the pair take a good long look. The thing is still wrong. They decide to try again. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands, examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. She gets mad. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands are too big to work. Her brain is too full of the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Crunch! The pain starts in her finger. It rushes to her brain and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Her assistant suggests a walk. It's not much help at first, but before long she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mag gets pushed out of her mind. As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings want to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the built-to-seat ratio of the next. There are all sorts of parts that she really likes. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left. It's a bit heavier than expected. Well, the color could use a bit of work too. But it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They're not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing.
My name is Ashley Holzman. Probably gonna laugh. They're my weeks. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Oh, I have a humorous piece. It's called State's the Obvious Girl.
Breaking headline news. The bank is being robbed. Currently, there are 3 hostages being held, tied up in rope, their mouths duct taped shut, and guns pointed at their heads, and all against their will. The identity of the bank robber is still unknown, but police are on standby waiting for a list of demands from the perpetrator. Back to you, Chief.
The identity of the bank robber is still unknown, but police are on standby waiting for demands and donuts.
Thank you, Chief. Remember, I'm Ruby Sanchez, and even though you heard it first on CNN, I tell it better, because I'm pretty. We have all heard of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, but have you heard of the newest superhero saving the world from mediocrity? She's a crime-fighting crusader who is often underestimated. Come along, as she faces a villain who is just as unique as she is. States the Obvious Girl by James Sweeney. Hey, Ruby, there's something in the sky. Is that a bird? Is it the ozone layer?
No, it's me, Remarkable Man. Fear not, local citizens, for I will conquer this fiendish foe with my remarkable superpowers. With the help of my daughter, States the Obvious Girl.
We're related!
Now, here's the game plan. We're gonna penetrate the back entrance and deactivate the security system so the bad guy won't see what's coming.
Can't we use the front door?
No, that is too simple, and I am Remarkable Man. Nothing is simple.
Men are complicated. Look, a bad guy! Or a hostage, but they can't move because they're tied up in rope.
Good job. Now, where's the bad guy?
We can ask the hostages, but they can't see us because their mouths are duct taped shut. Sorry. We can ask the hostages, but they can't talk because their mouths are duct taped shut. Very clever. Your daughter's almost as clever as you, Remarkable Man. Look, a bad guy.
That's not a bad guy. It can't be. She's a woman.
Women are female. Very clever. Now. Dang it, I'm messing it all up. What do I do now? I don't want to use my binder. I messed it all up by laughing. Oh. What's the matter, Remarkable Man? You've never fought a real bad guy before? Yes, he has. That was a rhetorical question, Sweet Cheeks. Daddy, she called me Sweet Cheeks.
What did I tell you about calling me Daddy in front of the bad guys? It is not intimidating.
Sorry, I messed up. Now, my name is Kitty Thor, but you can call me Where'd you get that name from? From someone I know. Well, I'd love to stay and chat, but I have to leave. Where are you going? Somewhere. She's running away. Don't follow me, or else. Or else what? Or else something bad will happen. Look, Daddy, a bomb! If you chase after ambiguous women, you won't be able to deactivate the bomb and the hostages will die. That's probably what she meant when she said something bad will happen.
Good job. I better deactivate that bomb.
What are you waiting for?
There's still 10 seconds left. Every superhero knows you wait till there's only 1 second left to deactivate the bomb.
Because it's dramatic.
Exactly. 4, 2, 1.
Beep. You deactivated the bomb and saved their lives.
But the bad guy got away.
You'll get them next time, Daddy. You always do. Hello, Daddy. I just saved a kitten from a tree.
Good job.
And I helped an old woman across the street.
Good job.
And I got an A on my history report that Louisiana Purchase cost money.
Good job.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, but I do have to send it to my Hotmail to check for SOS emails. They just upgraded my account to 10 gigabytes and now I have room for spam mail. Some of them make me LOL.
Can I help?
No, go have fun. Invite a friend over. I'll see you later.
But superheroes don't need friends. You don't have any friends and I want to be just like you.
You're just my sidekick. You're allowed to have friends.
Does this mean I'm not a superhero?
I'm sure you're super to some people.
But am I super to you?
You ask a lot of questions, kid. Go have fun. Invite a friend over. I'll see you later.
The phone is ringing. Hello? No, Remarkable Man isn't here at the moment. Can I take a message? It's an emergency? With danger? I'll be right there. Hello? Is there anyone there? If there was someone there, I wouldn't know because you're not saying anything. Help me! Help me! I'm coming! There's no reason to fear because States the Obvious Girl is here. So, where's the danger? The danger's right here, sweet cheeks. Hey! That sounds like something ambiguous woman would say. And you look like ambiguous woman too. I think you are ambiguous woman. So where's the danger? You're the one in danger, sweet cheeks. That's a plot twist. Now I'm going to hold you hostage and use you as bait. So don't say anything or else. Hey, that sounds like I'm a hostage. Now, I'm going to call your father. Hello, operator? Please connect me to Remarkable Man. Yes, I'll hold. Remarkable Man, meet me on 3rd Street in an hour if you ever want to see your daughter alive again. That was ambiguous. Thank you. No, not you, your daughter. Yes, she's alive. For now. Meet me on 3rd Street and bring all your money, or your daughter gets it. Gets what? Gets it. No, I don't get it. Yes, you will get it. When will I get it? Get what? Get it. Why would you want to get it? Because I don't get it. Oh, shut up, you're confusing me. So, when's my dad coming? Soon? Are you going to hurt my daddy? Does death hurt? Oh, you're going to kill him? Now you get it. This is what I was going to get? No, you were going to get something else. Oh, I was going to get it? Now I get it. I don't want to get it. I don't want my daddy to get it either. You're gonna get it. You think you can hurt me? Well, you're bigger and older, but I'm a protagonist, and protagonists always win. Except for tragedies, but this is a comedy. You can't take me down. Look, the chief is arriving just in the nick of time. You may have beaten me this time, but we'll meet again someday. And I will defeat you again, evildoer, for good always triumphs over evil. You think you know the whole story, but you don't.
You're absolutely amazing, states the obvious girl. Ambiguous woman had plans to set this world on fire, but she needed a remarkable man out of the way. Thanks to you, this town city's safe. My hat's to you, but not really, because I'm balding and I'm embarrassed to remove my hat in public. Thank you.
What characteristics can be more indicative of success than one's IQ? How can we learn to overcome and face the challenges that life will inevitably throw our way? The simple answer is grit. Grit is defined as strength of character and resolve. This piece will talk about the powers of grit and the big implications on who will succeed and fail through the piece titled The Power of Grit, the Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Lee Duckworth. When I was 27 years old, I left a very demanding job in management consulting for a job that was even more demanding. Teaching. I went to teach 7th graders math in the New York City public schools. And like any teacher, I made quizzes and tests, I gave out homework assignments, and when the work came back, I calculated grades. What struck me was that IQ is not the only difference between my best and worst students. Some of my strongest performers didn't have stratospheric IQ scores. Some of my smartest kids weren't doing so well. And that got me thinking, the kind of things you need to learn in 7th grade math, sure they're hard, ratios, decimals, the area of a parallelogram, but these concepts are not impossible. And I was firmly convinced that every one of my students could learn the material if they worked hard and long enough. After several more years of teaching, I came to the conclusion that what we need in education is a much better understanding of students and learning from a motivational perspective, from a psychological perspective. In education, the one thing we know how to measure best is IQ. But what if doing well in school and life depends on much more than your ability to learn quickly and easily? So I left the classroom, and I went to graduate school to become a psychologist. I started studying kids and adults in all kinds of super challenging settings. And in every study, my question was, who is successful here and why? Our research team and I went to West Point Military Academy. We tried to predict which cadets would stay in military training and which would drop out. We went to the National Spelling Bee and tried to predict which children would advance the farthest in competition. We studied rookie teachers working in really tough neighborhoods, asking which of these teachers are going to be in here teaching by the end of the school year, and of those, who will be the most effective at improving learning outcomes for their students. We partnered with private companies, asking which of these salespeople is going to keep their jobs, and who's going to earn the most money. In all these very different contexts, one characteristic emerged as a significant predictor of success. And it wasn't social intelligence. It wasn't good looks, physical health, and it wasn't IQ. It was grit. Grit is passion and perseverance for very long-term goals. Grit is having stamina. Grit is sticking with your future, day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not the sprint. A few years ago, I started studying grit in the Chicago public schools. I asked thousands of high school juniors to take grit questionnaires, and then waited around more than a year to see who would graduate. Turns out, the grittier kids were significantly more likely to graduate, even when I matched them on every other characteristic I can measure. Things like family income, standardized achievement test scores, even how safe the kids felt when they were at school. So it's not just at West Point or the National Spelling Bee that grit matters. It's also in school, especially for kids at risk of dropping out. To me, the most shocking thing about grit is how little we know about it, how little science knows about building it. Every day, parents and teachers ask me, how do I build grit in kids? What do I do to teach kids a solid work ethic? How do I keep them motivated in the long run? The honest answer is, I don't know. What I do know is that talent doesn't make you gritty. Our data shows very clearly that there are many talented individuals who simply do not follow through on their commitments. In fact, in our data, grit is usually unrelated or even inversely related to measures of talent. So far, the best idea I've heard about building grit in kids is something called growth mindset. This is an idea developed at Stanford University by Carol Dweck, and it's the belief that the ability to learn is not fixed, and it can change with your effort. Dr. Dweck has shown that when kids read and learn about the brain and how it changes and grows in response to challenge, they are much more likely to persevere when they fail, because they don't believe failure is a permanent condition. So growth mindset is a great idea for building grit, but we need more. And that's where I'm going to end my remarks, because that's where we are. That's the work that stands before us. And we need to take our best ideas, our strongest intuitions, and we need to test them. We need to measure whether we've been successful. And we have to be willing to fail, to be wrong, to start over again with lessons learned. In other words, we need to be gritty about getting our kids grittier. Thank you.
I'm Slavi, we're doing a duet.
Oh my goodness, please don't kill me. I haven't even found the Trinity or Christmas yet. Is it presents? Tell me, how am I supposed to know?
That's for sure. Sorry, but I'm gonna use a bucket of ice to make Gabriel really bad at the top.
You can talk.
Of course Gabriel talk. How do you think Gabriel was such fabulous good at buttons?
Hi, Cave Girl. My name's Brittany. I have questions for you.
Shoot.
Well,
No, I mean shoot. I forgot my good hairbrush. No cave girls will never right.
well, why is your name Cave Girl anyways? I mean, what kind of name is that?
Why your name Brittany? What kind of name is that?
I don't know. I guess I never really thought about that.
As high schoolers, we've all been subjected to those boring science classes discussing evolution. You know, make evolution a lot more interesting?
The ability to speak with the cave girl. In this case, a modern-day high schooler educates a cave girl about boys, cell phones, and the evil of corporations. Watch these two girls form a close relationship and learn about the differences caused thousands of years in Cave Girl Teaches Evolution by Clint Snyder. How did you get stuck inside that ice anyway?
Have Brittany ever been swimming, then 3 weeks later get stuck in snow and freeze and drag on ice?
No, I usually go to the pool.
Oh, have Brittany ever had brain freeze?
Yeah, I have had one of those.
Well, it's nothing like that. It's a million times worse than brain freeze.
Oh.
What does Brittany have in hand?
Oh, you know, it's just the newest iPhone. It's just the latest in mobile technology, you know?
No, Karen does not know.
Well, you can use it to update your status or go shopping online. You can
boyfriend is cheating on you.
I fancy my waste of time.
Yeah, kind of. But all the cool kids have one.
Can't go frozen in a block of ice for 5 million years.
Yeah, you know that is totally cool. Say, Gabriel, do you have a squeeze?
What Brittany means squeeze.
You know, a squeeze. Would like the one?
One time boy get too close to Cape Girl and she squeezed him until he bleed.
Oh, I like you. You've got spunk, and I totally know what you mean. It's so annoying when guys get too cleany.
Yes, pretty annoying.
You know, you're really kind of pretty in a gross way. I mean, I can show you a really good conditioner that would help restore your hair that was damaged by the ice. I also know perfect oatmeal-based exfoliant that would do wonders for your skin.
Brittany, talk too much.
I know, right? I also have this aunt that could tweeze the dickens out of those eyebrows so that they no longer look like gross fuzzy caterpillars.
Booga booga!
Ow!
Sorry, using ice must have made Cape Girl's muscles stiff.
That's why I really like you, Cave Girl. You're brutally honest. It's like super refreshing. It's like an ice cold bottle of my favorite mineral water. Oh my goodness, Cave Girl, you're gorgeous. How have you been hiding this from me the whole time?
Cape Girl just keeping secrets, I guess.
Oh, whatever. How would you know anything? You've been stuck inside of black ice for like a billion years. The only thing you've been able to look at is your ridiculous arm hair. It's like a bunch of little tree trunks. Like there's a forest growing out of your arms. A hair forest, literally.
Arm hair keeps Cape Girl warm. Ice cold.
You know, Cave Girl, I never really thought about that. I can already tell that we're gonna be BFFs, because that was something only a Girl Scout could think of. I got kicked out of the Girl Scouts. I guess they just couldn't handle me.
Who kicked Brittany?
Oh, you know, some pretentious little goody two-shoes mother. And I say that because she probably only has 2 pairs of shoes, literally. They kicked me out because I ate like 50 boxes of their cookies or whatever. It's totally not my fault. Like one of those crazy pyramid schemes, you know? Oh, that's right. Corporations, literally. You know, incidentally, that was the only merit badge I got. I accidentally got a 100+ merit badge because a pair of camouflage pants got mixed in with a bunch of real clothes I was getting. Who knew? I mean, they practically make those things invisible. Those are meant to be seen and worshipped. Oh, Cave Girl, are you okay?
Cape Girl was trying to keep herself awake because her story was so boring.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting pretty tired of myself. I could really go for a double espresso mocha latte right about now.
Whoa!
Wow, that was powerful. We're like sisters from different misters and misses and eras. But who cares? I love you and we're gonna spend so much time together.
Great.
I'll tell you what, you teach me how to be a stronger woman and I'll teach you how to get the perfect man.
Men not perfect.
You can say that again, sister. Where have you been my whole life?
Cape Girl frozen in ice.
Right. That whole thing. So like say I'm super mad at a guy and I just want to show someone his spouse. Like the lady boss with fabulous lipstick and pastel heavens.
You set his cave on fire.
Ooh, spicy, I like it. It's a little more forceful than I would go for. And that's why you're here, isn't it?
Cave Girl here because ice melted.
Right.
Global warming.
Right, well, lonely mornings? Say there's this guy that you think is cute and totally single and ready to mingle. After you tell him, 5 minutes later, you see like your best gal pal kissing him on the lips. Like, what you do?
You find Big Rock.
Find a big rock.
You pick it up.
I bet that's where you get those biceps at.
You smash both of them over the head and take their fur.
I like how you think. Nothing when you need business that really drive it home by taking out traders and you home.
Is this going to take long? I'm hungry. Pretty old mammoth.
Hey, Cave Girl, I was just thinking maybe we could get around to finishing your quiz. It might help complete your transformation or whatever.
Yes, Cave Girl will be like a beautiful butterfly.
Sure, whatever. Well, final questions. We got this fabulous dress for the dance on Tuesday, but you took your parents' car when you weren't supposed to, and they're totally cheesed off, so you can't go. What do?
You apologize to parents for being spoiled, Cave Girl. Bring home extra target to share a metal dance.
I never would have thought of that. I mean, home is where the heart is, right? At least that's where my wardrobe is, which is basically the same thing. And if my parents are cheesed off of you and they're never gonna buy you any new clothes again, which means that you can never leave the house again anyways because, let's face it, who would want to be seen in the same clothes they've already worn before anyways?
Right.
Wow, I feel like you've really changed something in me. You know, I'm totally ready to go out and change the world. Like, I'm gonna go out and punch some people in the face if they disagree with me. I'm gonna wear more makeup than I ever have and my best designer shoes. I'm gonna drop out of school and move with some guy I hardly know and spend all my parents' money. Thanks, cave girl. Look out, world. Here comes Brittany. I am woman. Hear me roar.
Wow, that girl dumb. Cave girl wants to go find more ice to free something. Cave girl better off in the cave.
I'm still Erica Choi. Got my last piece for tonight. It's a poetry piece. Music has the ability to transform the soul. It elicits deep emotions and brings out deep joy. While music can be made in many ways, the piano is the foundation for many as they enter the wonderful world of music. My collection of poems will explore the ways in which the piano touches and expands the lives of many through the following selections. Piano by D.H. Lawrence, Thanking My Mother for Piano Lessons by Bukowski, and Piano Lessons by James Cole. Softly in the dust, a woman is singing to me. Take me back down the beast of years till I see a child sitting under the piano in the boom of the tingling strings, impressing the small poised feet of a mother who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back to the heart of me weeps to belong, to the old Sunday evenings at home, with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor, with the great black piano appassionato. The glamour of childish days is upon me. My manhood is passed down in the flood of remembrance. I weep like a child for the past. The relief of putting your fingers on the keyboard, as if you're walking on the beach and found a diamond as big as your shoe, as if you had just built a wooden table and the smell of sawdust was in the air, your hands dry and muddy, as if you eluded the man in the dark hat who had been following you all week. The relief of putting your fingers on the keyboard and playing the chords of Beethoven, Bach, Chopin, in an afternoon that had no one to talk to. When the magazine advertisement forms of soft sweaters and clean, shiny Republican middle-class hair walked into carpeted houses and left me alone with bare floors and 2 books. I want to thank my mother for working every day in a job office, in garages and water companies, cutting the cream out for coffee at 40 to pay for my piano lessons, with her heavy body grinding delicate bookkeeper ledgers alone, with no man to look at her face, her body, her prematurely white hair and love. I want to thank my mother for working and always paying for my piano lessons before she paid the Bank of America loan, or bought the groceries, or had our old rattling Ford replaced. I was a quiet child, afraid of walking into a store alone, afraid of the water, the sun, the dirty weeds in the backyards, afraid of my mother's bad breath, and afraid of my father's occasional visits home, knowing that he would leave again, afraid of not having any money, and afraid of my clumsy body that I knew no one would ever love. But I played my way on that old upright piano, obtained for $10. I played my way through fear, through ugliness, through growing up in a world of dime-store purchases and a desire to love a loveless world. I played my way through an ugly phase, and lonely afternoons, days, evenings, nights, mornings even, empty as a rusty coffee can. I played my way through the rustles of spring and wanted everything around me to shimmer, like the narrow tide on a flat beach at sunset in Southern California. I played my way through an empty father's hat in my mother's closet, in a bed she only slept on one side of, never wrinkling an inch of the other side. Waiting, waiting. I played my way through honors in school, The only place I could talk, the classroom. Art my piano lessons. Mrs. Hillhouse's canary always singing the most for my talents. As if I had thrown some part of my body away upon entering her house. I was now searching every ivory case of the keyboard, slipping my fingers over black ridges and around smooth rocks, wondering where I had lost my bloody organs. Or my mouth, which sometimes opened like a California poppy, wide and with contrast, beautiful in sweeping fields, entirely closed morning and night. He does not hear Mrs. Hillhouse's canary singing for me, liking the sounds of my lessons this week, telling me, confirming what my teachers say, that I have a gift for the piano few other of her pupils had. When I touch the man I love, I want to thank my mother for giving me piano lessons all those years, keeping the memory of Beethoven, a deaf, tortured man in mind, of the beauty that can come from even an ugly past. November was cold in the studio, one day Thanksgiving in the month of my birthday. I tied my shoe and shook the ice out of a green stocking cap. It was a corridor the length of a ship, where one waited his turn in an old theater scene. The shrill sea whistled under each door. I rolled up my music and looked through. A poor excuse of a telescope for an island's view. The edges grimy, shedding where I had rubbed my wet thumb. A lonely voyage. On time, Miss Macy appeared, a great figure in black, mooring over the wide water's joy. Her eyes looked into me and she called. One always began with the hand and scales, stretching then shrinking to shore the base growl. She lotioned her hands like two fish. A solemn air kept she. One practiced her dreams, next month's recital. Afternoon of a fawn, rondo capraccio for 4 hands. She raised her head toward the sport. Was it the moon? A fragrant wild wind? Nature in a rhythm, sources of light and dark, the beat, authority of chords for small hands, contempt and firmness of melody, and hands, the wrist and elbow, crescendo, diamando, ballet. One played in the rain, in the snow, hours of fall practice on the old upright home, hours, full afternoons by the metronome, the window shining, darkening. This was crossing at the worst time of year, but I think, once we reached Europe and Russia in perfect time, the single half hour when the wind died.
Slap direction during my humorousness.
You must have heard of me, the wicked stepmother. It's just another one of Cinderella's wild stories. Not as wild as the pumpkin and the fairy godmother. The real story, the true story, began with some chatter and some dust. You all know the fairy tale of Cinderella, where the poor, downtrodden girl gets ridiculed by her evil stepmother. However, these are only Cinderella's version of the events. And as we all know, there are 2 sides to the story. What if all the fairy tales we know are from the wrong point of view? This version of Cinderella takes a humorous turn as the events are told from a different perspective. And seriously, Cinderella is so annoying. The story of Cinderella as told by the evil stepmother by Trisha Speed Shonkins. All I ever wanted was a husband in a mansion. Before I married Cindy's father, my 2 darlings and I had only met Cindy a few times. The girl had seemed normal then. After I married Cindy's father, my darlings and I moved in. When I had just 1 foot in the front door, my dear husband kissed me goodbye and said, "I'm off on business." He leaves often, but the animals stay put. They talk, they joke, they sing, they even help out, especially the bluebirds. Now, I don't mind the story, but I like facts, not fiction. Soon Cinderella was talking all kinds of hokey pokey. Once upon a time, one of the bluebirds became blue, not the color, the feelings. His friends had flown south. My darlings and I were stuck near the front door, and I just wanted to put my bags away, and that's when I saw it. Dust. Dear, is the whole house this dusty? I don't know. I'll give you a tour. In the dining room, Cindy told stories. In the study, Cindy told stories. Non-stop. Girls, time to get to work. This place needs a good cleaning. Once upon a time when I was cleaning, oh boy, Cindy mopped the floor, but she mopped so fast. My drawings had barely started. Did you know the robins and the sparrows are my friends? But the sparrows don't like the robins. Silly creatures. You know, once upon a time, one of the robins... Cindy, dear? Why don't you go wash the clothes now, Cindy washed them so fast. How on earth did she do it? I had to find another chore for her, just to keep her busy. If there's one thing squirrels love, it's washing clothes. The rats, though, they would rather iron. You know, one day squirrels and rats doing laundry. Quit telling such foolish stories. Time passed, but nothing changed. In the garden, Cindy told stories. In the kitchen, Cindy told stories. At dinner, I could hear myself think, dear, please, stop talking. But Cindy didn't stop. One day, a letter arrived. It was an invitation to the king's ball. The prince would surely fall in love with one of my darlings, and they would marry live in a beautiful castle, one day be king and queen of all the land. Oh, stepmother, I have to go too. Once upon a time, a girl and a prince. And then, just like that, Cindy lost her voice. Imagine, how it would be from all that storytelling. Well, what could I do? I told Cindy she had to stay home for a month. She cried, of course, but the ball was no place for a sick girl. She needed rest. Sometimes it's so hard being the stepmother. At the ball, my darlings twirled, they whirled. But then some strange girl waltzed in. Her gown was magnificent. I could take my eyes off of it. I wondered if my seamstress could copy it from me. How much she'll cost. The prince and the girl danced. They pranced. My poor darlings were princeless. A few days later, the prince made an announcement. A glass slipper had been left at the castle. The prince would marry the girls whose foot fit in it. Our big chance. After visiting each and other mansion in the neighborhood, the prince's valet arrived at our door. Me. No, me. One at a time. Each girl tried, but the shoe didn't fit. Then Cindy pushed out and whispered, please let me try. And the shoe fit. Cindy pulled the match out of her pocket. What? Cindy pushed out another whisper. She said something about a pumpkin coach and mice turning into horses. She even had a fairy godmother. Please, there's no such thing. But I still don't know where she got those shoes. A few days later, the prince married Cindy. Poor man. He had no idea what he was getting himself into. But we lived happily ever after.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah Swear. This assignment I forgot to put in the program, but I'm going to do my serious piece real quick for you guys.
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and members of the press. First of all, I would like to give you my husband's greetings and express his deep regret that he cannot be here himself this afternoon. As you may know, he and Senator Montgomery flew to Southern California yesterday to establish a special task force for the thousands of residents afflicted by the earthquake last week. Kathy, the boy's politician's wife, is thrust into a campaign speaking event on her husband's behalf. Her speaking engagement goes awry when she misplaces her prepared remarks. As she recollects on her life and marriage to the politician, her remarks become more and more personal. She pulls away the justifications for her husband and meets the truth of her life and marriage head on. Second Lady by M. Kilburg Reed. I know you've had this series of luncheons to air various views of the candidates. I realize that you expected to hear a major policy speech from my husband today, as a reply to the address that the incumbents running made at your last meeting. I hope that you will therefore make allowances for me, delivering his intended address on such short notice. we must learn to tap the most precious resource of the individual, his initiative. What we are seeking is a balance between. Oh dear, just a moment. I'm missing a page. That is, I don't seem to have missing a page. Just a moment. What we are seeking is a balance between. That's where it stops. And the rest of it is not unfolded. Let me see if it's in my satchel. No, it isn't here. Let me think a moment. I must have possibly lost it, left it on the plane. No, I had it with me in the car because I was going through it again on the way here to the hotel. And I had it with me in the ladies' room just now. Or did I? I can't imagine what I must have done with it. Let me look once more. It was in the folder. I'm terribly sorry. Well, how much time do I have left, dear? I'm sorry, did you say 45 minutes? Ladies, I'm terribly sorry for this interruption. I don't seem to have the rest of the speech I was meant to deliver today. I'm fine, dear. Only a little embarrassed. Would you do me a favor, dear? Would you tell those people over there to be quiet? Their whispering is distracting me. The first time Joseph ran for public office, he was defeated. I remember his sadness, his anger. Mostly, I remember his gratitude for me. I think I loved him more then than I ever have when he lost that election. I reassured him that despite this blow, he was destined for great things. I insisted that it would only be a matter of time before the rest of the world, made up of less perceptive people than myself, would come to recognize his value. There are so many people who believe in him now. My mother always used to say that with every two people, there was always one that loved the other more. I think she was right. One admiring glance from Joseph was worth the admiration of a room full of others. I've always been in love with someone. Every year I had a crush on someone different, always the brightest, most handsome, and the most popular boy in the class. All my life, I've never been without someone to dream about, to long for. Thank you so much. I'm so very glad to know you are keeping track of the time for me, but I'm not quite finished if you don't mind. I believe I asked you not to interrupt me. What's the matter? Am I boring you? Are you bored? Well, that's too bad they're listening. No photos. They told me there would be no photos until after my address. Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. You really have been such a lovely audience, very attentive. I don't care why you listen, I really don't. If only I had someone who... just someone. They're all gone, you see. I snubbed them all. But all my acquaintances dropped. Joseph said that they weren't worthy of me, and oh God, how I wanted to believe him. He said that I was special. I sent them all away. I've tried very hard to be passionate and imaginative and responsive. I'm just a body worlds apart from the woman he loves and respects. I don't understand. Love's supposed to make two people feel close, connected, but I feel so alone. Why is that? Does that ever happen to you? Jeannie, this is my speech and it will be over when I say it is over. Now leave me alone. No photos. I told you no photos. But not you. The rest of you stay. You must listen. There's no one else I can talk to. Joseph won't talk about things like this. He says that there is nothing wrong with our relationship. He says he finds it perfectly satisfying and rewarding. Even though he's having an affair with his speechwriter, Irene. I even tried to talk to Irene about it once. She said, people should never let their bodies rule their minds. I can't talk to her, though I have tried and tried to be her friend. I would like to be close to her. It would make that much closer to him. Maybe if I knew what she knows, thought what she thinks, maybe then I could finally understand him. Irene was in California last week. She was giving a seminar at UCLA. They can't find him. Reports have been conflicting. They think she may be dead, one of the thousands of unrecovered bodies. Joseph is frantic. He has gone to look for her. He wouldn't let me go with him. He told me to be strong. I need you to go to Philadelphia for me, he said. I know you won't let me down. I hope she's dead, I thought. I hope she's dead. Please, please, if she's dead, you could finally love me. Then I saw him staring at me, and I knew I said those words out loud. She's worth 100 of you, he said. He loves her in a way that he can never love me. In every way, she is the only woman worthy of him. I will never be as perfect or as pure as she is. Mom, God, I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. I'm not myself today. The airport, I was up all night. I lost the speech. Please, try to understand. Try to forget that I never meant to say these things. I never meant for this to happen. Oh no, my necklace. No, oh, don't please, don't use this against him. The election, the ticket. They'll drop him because of me. I finally ruined it. After all these years, it's finally happened. I loved him the most when he lost that election. I never felt closer to him. I never felt closer to him.
Hi, back again. We've got something a little funnier for you. We have a duet.
Hey, game's about to start. You cannot just walk in on a woman when she is on her computer. Is that Facebook? You have one too?
Yes, but unlike you, I know that when the big game is on, it trumps Facebook any day.
Touch.
You mean touche?
No, I mean touch.
Psh, idiot.
All right, how many friends do you have on Facebook?
I don't know, maybe like 10?
You are so not cool.
And how many might you have?
Only like 15,000.
You don't even know 15 people. How can you possibly have 15,000 friends?
I accept anyone who sends me a friend request. Just come over here and look. See, here's a new request from a girl named Natasha. She's 35 years old and Russian. Welcome to America, Ms. Natasha.
Yeah, you really should not be doing that. You don't know what kind of freaks are out there. Catfished,
Stranger danger.
trolled.
We all know the risks inherent with the use of social media. However, best friends Brittany and Carly may have missed a few of those lessons.
When Carly admits that she isn't exactly picky about who she accepts to be her friends on Facebook, the two end up in quite the predicament involving the FBI, Russian friends, and potential money laundering.
Confessions of a Facebook Addict
by John Hawk Jr. and Nick Yakshish. Oh no, where am I? Oh no, oh God, it's me, Brittany. I usually don't ask for much. Maybe a three-pointer, a volleyball kill now and again, a big house, pool, class doorbell, you know the kind that go. But that's not important. Oh God, I don't want to die. Just send me a miracle. Send me an angel. An angel. Which one is it? Michael? Gabriel? Amy? Lucifer?
No, it's Carly.
Same thing.
Huh?
Nothing.
Where are we? Why am I tied to a chair?
How would I know? The last thing I remember is watching the game in the apartment, when all of a sudden those FBI agents burst through the door and told us to come with them.
That was weird. I don't think those guys were really FBI agents.
No, yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I bet they were the ones who kidnapped us and tied us to these chairs.
Wow, Sherlock, nothing gets past you.
Brittany, are we gonna die?
No, we're not gonna die.
No. We're gonna get out, we'll be fine. Let's just focus on getting out of here. Try to get to that window. Just line up with me and try to stand up. Carly, you okay?
I hate you.
Get up.
It's not working.
Try something else.
Here.
What are you doing?
Just grab my foot and pull me up.
You know I'm tied to a chair, right?
Well, just bite it.
What? Are you suggesting that,
Just bite my foot and pull me up with your mouth. Please.
let me be clear. There is no way in God's green earth your foot is going in my mouth.
We're gonna die.
Calm down, I'm coming.
Calm down. You want me to calm down. I'm strapped to a chair. Face suction come to the ground, and we may only have a couple minutes to live.
Just relax.
And I just borrowed $500,000 from a Facebook friend.
You did what?
Nothing.
Good, because it sort of sounded like you said you borrowed $500,000 from someone you met on Facebook. You wouldn't do that. That'd be stupid, right?
Funny thing, Brittany, remember when we were at the house for the game?
You are ridiculous.
It was only $500,000.
Only 500. What on earth are you planning on doing with $500,000?
I don't know. Maybe buy a house, pool, servants, a classy doorbell. You know, the kind that go.
Wait. You mean to tell me that you borrowed $500,000 from some loan shark you met on Facebook? And you have no idea why we're here.
No.
Let me explain it.
Hey, Brittany.
There are two types of people in this world.
Could you help me out
There are
first?
those who are loan sharks,
My wrist
and those who
hurts.
are not loan sharks.
I'm bleeding.
You are not a loan shark. You are a loan guppy. When the guppies borrow money from the sharks, the guppies get kidnapped by big FBI agents.
My wrist still hurt.
We're getting out of here.
Ow!
What?
You gave me rubber!
You got me kidnapped.
Touch.
It's pronounced touche.
No, I mean touch.
We're getting out of here, and there's not a thing you're gonna do to screw it up.
What are you doing?
Ready?
No.
One.
Why are you counting? Stop counting!
Get out of here. I am deleting your Facebook account.
Funny.
I'm not kidding. Say goodbye to your 14,999 friends.
15,000.
One of them was a loan shark who kidnapped you. Does that really constitute friendship?
Touch.
No, son. I got it. Hey, you got phone. We got things to do.
How far down is it?
I don't know. It's hard to see.
You can't just jump.
Well, I think I hear someone coming. What? Oh no! No. We just gotta jump and hope we don't do the splash. Splash! Okay, just trust me. On the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
Wait.
What?
Ready? Before we jump and possibly do the splat. I love you. As a sister. I'm so glad you clarified.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
Wait.
land.
What?
On 3 or after 3.
3! Carly! Carly!
We already landed.
You already landed?
We already landed. We were only on the first floor. We were only on the first floor! Yay! Wait! You pushed me out the window and you had no idea how high we were. Not now. I hope you've learned something from all of this.
I have.
And
It's pronounced touche.
Hi, this is the last thing. It's Reader's Theater. Let's do this.
Twyla, honey, it's me. My salesman practically had a cat when I told him he had to stay and lock up the dealership tonight. Now I'm thinking I'd rather be here right now. Woo! Wait, nothing as good looking as Dallas in the moonlight. Unless it's me in the moonlight.
Why, AJ, look at you, all done up in your boots and everything.
That's right, sugar baby. Here I am. Now what are your other 2 wishes? How is it you're working for a chiropractor now? I thought you were being fast-tracked over at that electronics store.
Oh, I was, until the robbery. Those guys grabbed the most expensive television in the place and ran out the door. So I took off after them.
Why? They should have given you a promotion. That's gutsy. You trying to stop a couple of thieves?
I know. I mean, how are they going to work the TV if they've forgotten the remote? Duh.
Well, I'm happy you're working so close to my dealership now. If they just hadn't put up that ugly electronic billboard, I could practically see it from my desk.
Just think, if I hadn't needed a car so bad and dropped into your showroom, I would have never met you. Lucky, huh?
Make that double lucky, darling. You changed my life. Me being divorced for so long, I figured I was parked on a used husband's lot for good. But then you came along and kicked my tires, and I said, man alive, that's the girl for me. It was real sweet of you to invite me over here tonight.
And speaking of cars, how about a little tune-up?
What do you have in mind, honey girl?
Cheetah, frog, fake. Cheetah, frog, fake. Cheetah, frog, fake.
We have all heard the phrase, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Now, imagine the fury of 3 scorned women descending upon you.
AJ, the scoundrel's car salesman, sees the problems that arise when he dates multiple women. He has no idea what these 3 vixens will subject him to.
Cheetah, frog, fake. Cheetah, frog, fake. Cheetah, frog, fake.
The Lone Star Ladies Justice Brigade by Nicholas Hope and Jamie Wooten.
You little vixen, you, I'm the luckiest man in the state of Texas.
What a coincidence. That's exactly what you said in our last date.
Last date? Well, I'm sorry, pretty lady, but you must have me mixed up for some other handsome Texan.
You can drop the act, AJ. I told Twyla everything.
Woo, boy. So, you 2 know each other then?
Actually, we didn't until we had a fender bender 2 days ago.
And when Kareen and I were swapping insurance information, I noticed that cute little Stetson on wheels sticker right on the bench of her car. We got to talking and...
That's how we found out we both know you. Small world, isn't it? And it's kind of like your play on the word exclusively. You said, let's date each other exclusively, Kareem. But since you said the very same thing to Twyla, your exclusively was no longer exclusive, clever boy. It's not exactly what we had in mind. See, now that we both know we're so close to you, we decided it would be fun to get together with you tonight. That is, if you're open to possibilities.
Really? Really? You mean both of you? Well, I have died and gone to heaven, lovely ladies.
Well, not yet. But we sure went to a lot of trouble to get you here. So you just sit and relax.
Because we'll definitely enjoy it.
Woo! I've got a great feeling about this game.
It's got a real cute name. We call it Let's Share the Love.
Woo, baby! I'm having a great time already. So, which one of you little Phillies dreamed up of this sweet harmon idea?
Actually, I did.
Hollis? What brings you here tonight? With that bag?
Oh, this? I just had a little job, but I'm finished now. And AJ, you're gonna need new headlights on that convertible of yours.
What?
As for what I'm doing here, it's a funny story. I went to a condo open house, and guess who the realtor turned out to be?
You know, I'm starting to think that any chance of us playing Let's Share the Love here just bit the dust.
Yep, it was Corrine, all right. And when we went to her car to work up an offer for the property, I noticed that Stetson on Wheels sticker on her trunk.
Oh no.
That little Stetson on wheels of yours is quite a conversation starter.
And did you know Corrine was just named the #1 realtor in her company, AJ? I'll bet you already told him that, didn't you?
Matter of fact, we celebrated last Saturday night, our special night of the week.
You have a Saturday night? AJ and I have a Friday night.
Believe it or not, I'm glad you brought that up. I like to explain my logic on the topic. You see,
You know, that is so interesting because Sunday is our special night.
And you and AJ are...
Dating each other exclusively. Just like you and AJ, and Twilight and AJ.
nah, girls, if you'll give me a minute, I can explain.
No need, AJ. Even I can do that math. But now that we all know what you do all weekend, what is it you do Monday through Thursday?
Recover?
Well, flat as it is to know the three of us are the only ones for you. AJ, aren't you still being a little dishonest with Corrine and Twyla? Clearly, one of us means more to you than the others. After all, I'm the one who gave you a dear old grandma's purse too, right?
Wait just a cotton pick a minute. That can't be true because he told me I meant so much to him that he wanted me to have his granny's pearls.
I think we hit the trifecta here, girls.
So, AJ, how many grandmothers do you have?
Well, you see, I come from a really large family.
Did you honestly think you could get away with telling each of us you're the only girl for me? Because I'm feeling a strong sense of deja vu. Because we've all heard this goal before.
Get real, AJ. Do you seriously believe you can convince me of this? Or Corrine? For that matter, even Twyla?
Oh, no, you don't, mister. You're not getting out of this.
But admit it, girls, it's kind of fun to watch AJ squirm because he knows he's about to pay for what he's done.
Hey, how? What are you gonna do to me?
Lie. We're not going to do anything to you. We found someone who'll do it for us. And it's your worst nightmare.
Oh no, you don't have some goon back there who's gonna break my legs, do ya?
You'll wish that's all that's gonna happen. We've got just the thing to end your lying, cheating ways forever.
Well, you sure ripped your britches this time, sonny boy.
Mama?
In my butt-kicking boots with a six-pack of tough love.
I'm begging y'all, show me mercy. Grab that bat and bust me in the head now.
What's the matter with you acting like some idiot college boy? Lying to these women, tomcat like nobody's feelings count but yours. Shame on you, Arnold Cheetah Satterwhite.
Ow, 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 ow.
You are a successful businessman who's made a place for himself in this community. Not some hound dog on the prowl. I reared you better than this. Don't you remember what you promised me?
And if you ever drop dead at Walmart, to drag your body to Target?
The other thing that you were going to settle down. I don't want to go to my just reward still worrying about you. Remember how I read you that clipping in the paper? That married men live longer than single men?
Yeah, but married men are a lot more willing to die.
I'm so sorry this happened to the three of y'all. Maybe I was a bad mother.
Oh no, not that, Mama.
I know the good Lord fixing to call me home, but I'm going to try to hang on long enough to make sure my only child cuts out his foolishness. Then I can lay me down in the grave, a satisfied, old, worn-out country woman.
No tears, anything but that.
Well, congratulations. Now you made your mama cry. I'm sorry, but that, on top of what you've done to the three of us, just rips it for me. I'm done with you, AJ.
what they said. I sure hope what's all ganging up on AJ tonight like you suggested will bring him to his senses. And AJ, I hope I'll find somebody someday who will love me as much as you love you.
Hold on. This was your idea? My own mother threw me under the bus?
You better believe it. When those girls called me, I jumped on this opportunity. 4 years now you've been playing with fire, son. You're lucky you're only tied to a chair. You don't mess with Texas women. They've got shotguns and Botox needles and branding irons.
And your phone number on speed dial, evidently.
All right, that concludes our evening. I forgot to mention earlier that our team did win the 3B District Oral Interp Championship last week, so congratulations, guys. And they're competing November 15th at Regions, which will qualify them for state. So thank you for supporting our program. My students, stick around. We're going to take a picture, so don't put your jackets on, please. We're going to take a picture quick, and thank you, everyone.